So I started out by drawing on a hairline on the front side. She's got a bald patch that goes over to her sides. And then I laid down some mesh and clipped it on, and I started to pull the hair through where she has hair through the mesh and beading it. And I used 3mm beads to do that. And I let them kind of hang naturally. And there I'm taking a section above where I beaded to seal off the top of that mesh and include that hair in, and I rebeaded those beads. Before I did that, I actually trimmed off all the mesh just very close to the beads without cutting into the hair at all. So I guess I skipped filming that step. But yeah, so now I'm kind of cleaning up that line and covering up the top of the mesh with that. Now I'm clipping it over, and I'm going to hem the side where the hairline is. I'm using a traveling stitch going back and forth along the side there with my invisible thread, just because it lays a little flatter. I'm also stitching over the ear area to hem that as well. I'm tying off the thread using a French knot and then triple knotting it, trimming off a little excess frayed mesh. Now I'm sewing on a PU patch so that we can tape down the side because she has no hair there. I made the PU patch the same size as a tape to make it easy for her to change it. Now I'm stitching on some wefts, starting at the bottom, using a basket stitch to stitch the weft straight onto the mesh. I just lined it up with the beads going down there behind the ear. And that way the density matched her own hair really well with the Genius wefts. I think I ended up doing like 4 mini Genius wefts there on that patch, including sewing them on like a regular weave on those top beads to hide the beads. I also ended up trying on the other side. I did a different method just to give it a shot. I had never done it before, so I did a similar bald patch on the side with kind of an uneven patch that had no hair on the sides. And I linked the beads and sewed on a bit of a closure. So I traced the patch after the beads were in, and then I did a stencil where I cut the closure. I used a razor blade to cut the closure, and then I sewed that on and then taped the closure